My dear students and learners, this is my 20th video for third unit of Engineering Thermodynamics course coming under Regulation 2017 of Anna University syllabus which coding as ME8391, and in the last video I have started the classes for third unit, and of course I have given the syllabus and learning outcomes and objectives of third unit, and the various phases of third unit was also discussed. And now in this video let me give the introduction and various terminologies and the steam forming processes. Okay, how the steam is being formed, and the various basic terminologies like what is boiling, vaporization, evaporation, when it takes place, what is the difference between these terms, everything would be covering in this video. And here you can see the terminologies which we are going to learn in this video, like vaporization, evaporation, boiling, saturation temperature, saturation pressure, what is saturated steam and superheated steam. From these pictures you can able to see which shows some sort of water which is heated, and when the bubbles are being formed inside, and here in this picture there is no bubbles. Can you able to see the difference? Okay, so and here the water is being boiled with, that is lid is being taken from the vessel, right? Okay, here you can see a jet of steam coming out from a vessel, right? So what these things are being shown. Okay, before entering into that, let me tell what is phase. PHASE. Phase is nothing but the three condition of a pure substance in which it is existing is called phase, that is solid, liquid and gaseous phase. The phase is any homogeneous part of the system that is physically distinctive. It is essentially the homogeneous chemical and physical state of aggregation of molecules comprising the substances. Okay, so phase, if it is existing in the single phase, means it meant that it is chemically distributed in the distributed in the uniform manner. If it is that is existing only in single phase, means then both the chemical and physical distribution is uniform. If it exists more than single phase, means then we can call that even though they are chemically distributed in a uniform manner, their physical appearance is not matching with the chemical distribution. Okay, so now here if you take ice, water vapor, all are three phases of water. They are their resource or the source of all the three phases of water is exactly same. You know very well, ice is only converted to water is only transformed to water vapor. But hence when they are being converted, if ice and the water is say, existing in the same vessel, means you can conclude that the pure substance of water existing in two phase. Okay, although ice and the water, the resource is same, they are existing in two phases. Okay, chemically they are equal, that is they are in the equilibrium condition. Okay, and now okay, so we have studied about already what is equilibrium and what is phase. What is phase boundaries? Boundaries means the ice, outer envelope of the ice, which that is differentiate from the water, which differentiate that ice from the water is called phase boundaries. Okay, and the other thing you can tell that the various processes, the names of the processes, like boiling, water will be converted to water vapor. Melting means ice would be converted to water, and then freezing means water would be converted to ice state, solid state, and vaporization will give you water to water vapor, condensation will give you water vapor to water. So these basic terminologies you try to learn. Okay, let me now tell you the difference between what is vaporization, evaporation, boiling process. Okay, vaporization is refers to the process that involves change from the liquid phase to vapor phase, in which water vapor can be obtained by the evaporation and steam by boiling. Okay, here evaporation means also water to water vapor conversion, that there is no any change at all, but evaporation takes place only at the top layer or top surface of the water. The evaporation cannot takes place from the inner liquid, that is next to the top layer also it will not takes place. Only the evaporation takes place from the upper surface of the liquid present in the vessel. Now here if you take the vapor pressure, here during the evaporation the vapor pressure is lesser than the atmospheric pressure, so the bubbles cannot form inside the water. This is the initial stage. Next, further if you are supplying the heat means, then the vapor pressure would be equal to atmospheric pressure, so bubbles will be formed and it will rise. Okay, it will rise since the vapor pressure equalizes the atmospheric pressure. Then if we come to the next stage of vaporization, what would happen? Then the vapor pressure would be more than the atmospheric pressure, and thus the water vapor will escapes from the vessel during the towards the lower temperature, okay, or lower pressure. But as a water vapor, in the state of water vapor it will released or escapes from the vessel during the vaporization. If you are not closing the vessel with the lid means, then the water vapor would be escaping and it will go and go to till it gets the equilibrium between the pressure, okay, and temperature. But if you are closing when during the formation of the vaporization, during the process of vaporization, if you are closing the vessel with the lid means, then that vapor will reach and meet the cooler part of this lid, and then it will again converted into water. Okay, water, that is liquid form. Okay, you can able to see the condensed condensation during when you are drinking some beverages in your home. A hot tea, if it is closed with a lid, in the tumbler is closed with a lid means, you can able to see after some time you can able to see some water particles has been accumulated on the inside of the lid. Okay, so this is the difference between evaporation, boiling, and vaporization. Okay, so evaporation is vapor pressure is less than atmospheric pressure. Here in boiling it is equalized, and so that you are getting the bubbles. And then the next stage is vaporization. When it happens, the water vapor is coming out. Here you can see in this picture the heat given or supplied to the vessel is more and more, and thus the water has converted, and it was of course the higher quantity or higher energy of water has been would have been given, so that here a jet of water vapor. Jet means the water vapor contains more and more energy with higher velocity, since the passage. Here you can able to see the opening mouth of this vessel is broad, but here if you see the passage or the outlet of this vessel is small compared to this this copper bottom vessel. Thus here, since the area is restricted, of outlet is restricted, the steam which is coming out by this boiler would have great velocity, great velocity than the water vapor which is leaving from this vessel. Okay, so like this, by in home make some case studies and various tries, you can able to understand how efficiently or effectively you can learn the things from little bit activities in your home. Okay, so let me move to important definition of saturation temperature and saturation pressure. It is nothing but when you are conducting the processes or the reactions, either one has to be kept fixed, that is either pressure or temperature has to be fixed, that is you have to conduct either isothermal process or isobaric process. Okay, so if any one of the state parameter is fixed, another one, if pressure is fixed, then if the pressure is fixed as 1 atmosphere, then the water would become water vapor when the temperature reached at 100 degrees Celsius. At our atmospheric temperature is fixed, means, and now you are doing the experiment in your home, no change in pressure, the pressure is maintained as constant of 1 atmospheric pressure, means then when the water would starts to become water vapor is at the temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. So this is the temperature or saturation temperature at which the water is saturated with respect to its liquid phase. Okay, so that is vapor phase. So that's what it has been now started to convert into vapor phase. Okay, so that is called saturation temperature. It is nothing but also called boiling temperature. At a given pressure or fixed pressure, the temperature at which a pure substance changes its phase is called saturation temperature. The same definition could be changed as at a given temperature, the pressure at which the pure substance changes its phase is called saturation pressure. Okay, so saturation temperature and saturation pressure plays a very key role, especially in the studies of steam properties and its applications. Okay, so another one more thing I can explain like this: boiling takes place at definite temperature, which depends upon the physical properties of the liquid and pressure, right? Okay, boiling would be taken place only at a definite temperature. What is that temperature? It depends upon the pressure what we are having and the physical characteristics and the physical properties of that water. Okay, so now that is this temperature which is denoted as T saturation is called saturation temperature, and it remains constant until all the liquid has been transformed into vapor. That is the phase change conversion occurs during the constant pressure and constant temperature, because already you have fixed the pressure of 1 atmosphere. Now the temperature at which all the liquid is converted into water is called, we are telling, saturation temperature. So at this, during the phase conversion, just please remind it, both temperature and pressure always maintained as constant 1. Okay, so phase change occurs at constant pressure, constant temperature. One state parameter is fixed, means till the another one more parameter reaches a certain level, the phase change would not occur. If the 100 degrees Celsius is not reached at 1 atmospheric pressure, means till that the water would not converted to water vapor. The water would not converted to water vapor. At the saturation temperature, the boiling liquid is in equilibrium with its own vapor. Okay, so at the boiling as at the saturation temperature, the boiling liquid is in equilibrium. Okay, boiling liquid is equilibrium with its vapor. Okay, so they have to reach the equilibrium condition. they have to reach the equilibrium condition towards its saturation point. Okay. Please be clear. Let me continue in the next video. Once again, thanks a lot. Thanks for your patient listening. Keep on watching my videos. I am Dr. Suja signing off.